other now with big, mean smirks. Arlo Brody, king of the school, wants him on his team. He should be happy. What's his problem, anyway? Seeing himself from the outside made Waylon feel dangerously sheer, as if he were a hologram instead of a solid boy. Luckily, though, he had discovered that if he could find a perfectly quiet place, no easy feat in the middle of Boston, Massachusetts, he could hear himself living from the inside. And hearing himself from the inside had the opposite effect from seeing himself from the outside. It made him feel solid again. When the bus dropped him off, Waylon tore into his building and raced through the condo, slowing down only enough to yell, "School was fine," before his dad could come out of his writing studio and ask him about it. He skidded into his room, dug under his bed for the earmuffs his grandmother had sent him, then ran out again. He yanked open the heavy door to the fire stairwell and pounded down the steps. And there, in the silence of the double-thick concrete stairwell, he crouched under the bottom flight of steps, clapped the earmuffs to his head, squeezed his eyes shut, and listened. Not to the sounds of his heart beating and his blood pumping through his veins. Anybody could hear those sounds just by listening medium hard. He listened underneath those sounds, to the tiny music of life, the infinitesimal cracklings of bone growth, the little zaps of electricity charging his brain, and the hushed whooshes of oxygen exchanging with carbon dioxide in his lungs. It is one thing to know you are alive on this earth, but it is quite another to actually hear the proof. In the comfort of the living Waylon sounds, he totally forgot about teams and whether anyone might be smirking at him. But then he noticed something. Every once in a while, the living Waylon sounds disappeared. He pressed his palms over the earmuffs and listened harder. Yes, microsecond silences randomly occurring. Waylon tugged his hair up. Even though he knew perfectly well that it didn't make any more room for his brain, doing this always made it feel easier to think. And the answer came. It was obvious, but so amazing, it was hard to believe. A shiver thrilled up his spine. He jumped to his feet and tore off the earmuffs. A scientific achievement this huge would make him famous the instant he announced it. But before he could announce it, a scientific achievement this enormous needed a witness. He ran back up to his condo and, inside, banged on the door that was painted black. "Neon, I need you. You have to come with me." Waylon's sister opened her door and slumped against the doorway. She looked as if she'd been trying to scribble herself out. Black eyeliner, black lipstick, black nail polish. She studied him for a good long time. "What?" she demanded, flicking her fingers through the spikes of her scribbly black hair, "is the point?" On the day she turned 14 this past summer, Charlotte Bronte Zukowski had undergone a complete metamorphosis. Instead of spinning a chrysalis around her, she had walked into her bedroom and painted it black. When she'd emerged, she was wearing ripped black tights on her arms and legs, and over those, a variety of tattered black rags. She'd reminded Waylon of a bat who'd had a close call with a shredder. "My name is Neon now," she'd announced, then gone back into her cave and slammed the door. Since then, Neon had been, what is the point, in pretty much anything anyone asked her to do. What is the point, the long form of her argument went, since all civilization is a waste and everything is just random nothingness anyway?